In today's video, we're going to do something a bit different. I'm working on this project, and you can see the render. It's for Rex. It's the same character that I did the split for 3D printing. If you want to learn how to key your models for 3D printing, you can check out that link. So what I'm going to do in this video is I'm going to try to make this dome, which was printed on the Form 3 with the old clear resin, which tended to get a bit yellow, but it doesn't get more yellow than this. I had a part that it was sitting here for about 3 years, and usually it stays in this color. So I'm thinking, while after I've sanded, I might tint it, but we'll get to that once we finish sanding it. Now, for sanding this, I'm going to be starting with grit of 400. So I'm going to be doing wet sanding first. So we're going to do 400. Once I have that done, I'll move to fine. Then I'll go to Superfine, just pads. You can do these manually, or you can use the, I talked about this, my linear sander, in a different video. You can use a linear sander with the sponges glued to the heads, so it makes it really easy. And I'm thinking this will come in handy. I'm not sure if the size is going to be good, so I might have to, I don't know, either try to see if I can glue a larger one. I was planning to do a couple of custom 3D printed heads so I can put them in, but we'll see. It might work also manually, so we'll see how that goes. So let's get started. So we'll start with, and once we finish the sanding with the pads, I'll move into the polishing phase. I got these off Amazon, and I had these. I got these a while ago, so I'm gonna start with the coarse, fine, and then finish. And hopefully, I haven't done this before, so I'm hoping it will come out. Hopefully, it's gonna come out like clear glass, because the whole character is kind of around the whole astronaut helmet. All right, so let's get started. All right, so for this, as I said, I'm gonna do. I think these are 3M. Sanding paper that works. This is what I use when I do wet sanding. I'm going to be talking a bit, but there isn't a lot to say, and then I'm going to just do like a fast forward so you can see what I'm doing here. I don't want you to sit around just watching me sand this piece. So I'll just start by, I'm doing the wet sanding with 400 because I have these big lines that I want to get rid of. I think I might have 3D printed this at 100 micron. I'm not sure. I'm going to have to check. But it really doesn't matter because you still have to do a lot of sanding. And when I printed this, I printed it like this. So all supports were outside. Usually you have to keep that in mind when you're sanding, when you're 3D printing. Make sure you add your supports on the face. That usually the flatter the faces, the cleaner, the better, because they're much easier to sand, because you don't have to deal with breaking any detail or. I can feel like on the, I think when I took off the supports, it does have a couple of them inside. And that's going to be a bit of a pain to get in and sand those. It should come. I'm curious to see how long this is going to take. Like I've seen a couple of videos of people making those clear cockpit windows for airplanes and spaceships. But this is, I mean, those were like really tiny, maybe like this size. This one's big, so I'm thinking it's gonna take a while. So yeah, for now, just enjoy this. It's gonna be 400 grit, and once I'm done with this, I can start moving to the pads, and that's gonna be a bit easier because I'm gonna be using my Proxon for sanding this. All right, so enjoy. So I've been at it for about 15 minutes, and it's not bad. It's going pretty well. Now, if you look at it like this, you might say, well, it just became. But if you put a bit of water, you see, it becomes really shiny. So now it's also a matter of like going in and doing the same thing. Now, keep in mind when you're doing wet sanding, make sure to change your papers, and also make sure to clean them up, because if you have a bit of, those parts of resin or sands or gunk that, gathers into it, what you're going to do is just moving it around and just, scratching the surface again. So I don't know if you can see it here, but you can see the lines, but those lines are actually inside. So outside it's starting to look pretty good. So yeah, I'm happy with this. So it's going on pretty well so far. So I'll just gonna keep at it, and hopefully it comes out good. All right, so I think I'm done with the paper sanding. So went ahead and changed the water. So I want to make sure it's clean water. And now, before I start doing the Proxon, I'll go ahead and do a bit of sanding, wet sanding with the fine, and then I'll do the normal one with the what am I might do it? Yeah, and then we'll do with the Proxon, and then we'll just go from fine to superfine, ultrafine, and then microfine. All right, so let's do this. Let's cut this 4 parts. So, as I did before, I'll do the exterior first, and then we'll do the inside. I know you might think it's that I started with 400 is a bit too high as a grid, but as I told you, I think I printed this at 100 microns, and you still can see the lines, because as amazing clear prints are, you're still gonna get a bit of lines, and because this shape was a bit weird, I had a couple of like really large lines on the entire model, and I wanted to make sure I'm gonna get rid of those. That's why I started with the 400, and then I'm just gonna go with the pads, because that's gonna make my life that much easier. I don't use the Proxon with wet sanding because I'm afraid it's gonna get a bit of water inside the small motor, and I don't want to break that. So I'm gonna do this manually, and I'm gonna do this for each. I'm gonna do this for each stage. All right, so I'm done with wet sanding. So next, I'm going to start using the Proxon, and I'm going to use my filter here because it's still resin, so I don't want to breeze that in. Alright, so I just finished the outside with the props on. I'm still doing fine. So now next part is to do the inside. Now, I think the hardest part when you're doing clear is when you're doing normal pieces, you can prime them and then you know which parts. So what I went ahead is like I split these parts in my head just to know what I'm working. So I have this section, this section. I don't know if you noticed that I'm sanding them in different sections. This way I can keep track. Yeah, and make sure to change the pads. I mean, don't stick to one because then you're just gonna lose time. So just change the pads. You have a fresh one, just makes it easier. Yeah, I think without these, the interior is gonna be like really difficult because it's really hard to get into, especially this area here. So yeah, we'll see how this goes. All right, so now to the interior. Alright, so let's see if this works. I've been sanding, so you've seen I've sanded with the 400 grit, wet sanding. I did a bit of wet sanding with this, but for some reason with the fine, but I'm not super happy with how it is. So I think I'm gonna drop the wet sanding with the pads. I'm just gonna stick with doing it with the Proxon. So let's see. So this is just with fine. This is how it looks now, but check this out. I didn't think it's gonna look that good just with this. I said I've never done this before, so yeah, this is just with fine. So we still have 3 levels to go. We'll have superfine, ultrafine, and microfine, and then we'll go with the 3 compounds. So this is starting to look. I have more faith now. When I started this, I wasn't sure if it's gonna come out good. So yeah. All right. So let's keep going. Now I'm gonna do a couple of new pads because I have fine glued to these. So I'm gonna do a couple of super fine ones, and then I'll start sanding with the Superfine. All right, let's talk again once we have the Superfine level done. I don't think it's going to be a huge difference, but we'll see. All right. And by the way, if you're curious, I only used 4 of these to do the fine, and I think it's more than enough. Just so you know, so that's like maybe this piece. So these will last you. This will last you a very long time. All right, so I'm gonna just go ahead and start doing the superfine pads now. All right, so I just finished sanding with ultrafine, so one more to go. So after this is going to be microfine, and then I can start polishing. So let's see how this looks. And already you can see how clear this is looking. We haven't even finished sanding with all the pads. This is coming out pretty good. Yeah, I'm happy with this. All right, so I'll do microfine, and then we can switch to polishing. All right, so I just finished the sanding to microfine, and this is what we have now, which looks pretty good, thinking that I even have started polishing it. So for the next step, which hopefully it will work fine, I'm going to be using this, and I'm going to start with coarse, and then we'll do compound. We'll do the compounded fine and finish. But I'm feeling pretty good about this. It's gonna come out good. Seeing that only with sanding, it's this clear. Which even this, it's good. Like if you would take this, do a couple layers of gloss on it, it will stay. I'm showing you the water test because this is how it would look like when you add maybe 4 to 5 layers of gloss coats of varnish, and it will stay like that. And even this looks pretty good. All right, so let's start polishing next. All right, so we'll start with coarse. And I'm going to go ahead and apply here, and then I'll do for each section. All right, so that wasn't a good start. I'm going to try applying this because the one that I put on it just flew away. What I'm using here is just a Dremel. So I'm just using a Dremel, and it has this extender. And already this is looking really good. I mean, you can see the difference between where I'm polishing. I'm gonna go ahead and it does make a mess, so just make sure. I'm just gonna turn on this and we'll do it again. So, right here. Maybe this time what I'll spread it evenly and maybe it's not gonna fly all over the place. Yeah, I'll wait about it. And here you can see the difference. This is the area that I polished with the first compound, and this is, I mean, and that's only the first layer. And, oh, and by the way, I haven't done the interior. One thing you have to keep in mind is whenever you're doing this, do not rush. Like, make sure you go through all and give each one time. I mean, I understand the feeling of going like, oh, I want to finish this, but trust me, if you just take your time, it will come out better. So then you won't mess up a stage. Because if you go from 400 to the microfine or ultrafine, the problem is you'll get lumps or you'll get like some defects, and you want to go through those. If you don't have the pads, even go from 400, 600, 800, 1000 paper on doing wet sanding, but still make sure you go through those and just take your time with each one. All right, so I'm just going to go ahead and do so. I'm going to do sections so I don't stop each time. I'm going to do this section, I'm going to do this section, and then I'm going to do this section, and then I'm going to repeat the same thing for the inside, and then we can move on to the other compounds. All right, this should be. So I finished the exterior, and this is already looking really, really good. Like, thinking of where we started, and so now I'm gonna do the inside and then move to the next one. This is really nice. This is great. I mean, come on. First round of polish, and it looks. This came out way better than I expected. Yeah, let's keep at it. So I'm gonna go ahead and change the head, just so I can have a new one, and I'll do another course, and then I'll move to the other ones. Just want to make sure I'm not just skipping ahead. All right, so I just finished the second, so I put 2 layers of course. And now, from what I've read, is you need to clean this off and then before you start the next stage. So I'm going to go ahead and clean this with water, and then we can apply the fine. I had to go in and just test this because I'm impressed. Like I didn't imagine it's going to come out this good. And I haven't finished, so the next compound is going to be fine. And even this, like I'm really happy how this is turning out. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that next. Again, make sure to change the head when you move to the next compound. So I'm just gonna go ahead and remove this one and add a new fluff. Yeah, I'm learning a new technique here, and this time around I know not to spread it, and not to put like big clumps, and actually to spread it on the surface, because it doesn't. I mean, you still make a mess. I mean, you can see here, but it's a bit. You can control it a bit. Yeah, for some reason it burst. So I'm gonna just go ahead and spread it all over. Initially I wanted to do like each section, but I did not plan that one. Oh well. This should work just fine as well. Right, so let's do the second one. Right, I'm gonna do as I did for the first one. This one is broken, so I'm just gonna go remove from the bottom. So I'm gonna do 2 layers for the outside and 2 passes for the inside, just to make sure I give it the attention it deserves. Alright, so now another final layer of the fine in the inside. And then we can move to the finish. I'm washing each time I'm finishing a layer just to make sure I don't have any, and also it's a good way to check if everything is looking good. Alright. Alright, so I washed the part and now it's ready for the final compound. So I need to change this one as well. Yeah, I think for future ones, each compound will need one, so I don't need to have to change it for the interior. So this will be the last one. Well, let's hope this one doesn't burst. Yeah, it's looking good. Alright, so I'm gonna spread it all over. And yeah, I've said it a couple of times, but I mean, even this looks really cool. Very excited about this, because I don't know about you, but I wasn't sure that it's gonna come out this good. Alright, so let's do the finish. And here's the final piece. I have to say, I'm really impressed on how it came out. As I told you at the beginning of the video, I haven't done this before, so I wasn't sure I can pull it off. I was happy even to get half this clarity, but I'm really impressed on how it came out. It took about 4 hours from sanding to polishing. And I think I can pull it off in about 2 hours if I'm not recording. And to tell you the truth, it's absolutely worth it. It's I mean, the how clear this piece came out, and here's the thing, it looks even better in person. So I really hope you enjoyed this and you found it helpful. And if you would like to see the full build of Rex, I left a link here in the corner of the video. And if you have any questions, please let me know. I also left links in the description for everything I've used throughout this video. All right, see you in the next one.
Resin.